Yeah, let's do it! Praise be to hey guys. I'm jcontra. And we're playing Popeye no Eigo Asobi, which came out in the latter half of 1983, and definitely puts the computer into the family computer. So let's hold on. I've got my my Japanese to English dictionary handy. I think we're gonna try a round of each of these things, and we're gonna see what happens. It's very obviously just a using the engine from Popeye, one of the first releases for the Famicom. They just retooled it, into an educational game. And you see here, olive oil just dropped down the letters Ebi. That means snake. You also don't have to hit the letters in order. Like, boom, look at that. Snake, snake. Hey, look, there's a snake. Easy sauce, no problem. So maybe, instead of us as English speakers, we already know English. Maybe we can learn some Japanese. Wouldn't that be cool? I do wish this part went faster. I don't see... Kumo! That is... Yes. Spider! I'm really afraid of spiders. I really don't even know why. Like, I've never... I mean, I guess I've been bitten by a spider in the past, but I've never had, like, a traumatic experience with spiders. Not like bees. I'm really afraid of bees because I got stung once when I was a kid. So I have like at least that I have like a reason to be afraid of bees. But spiders, plus in Japan, holy shit, do spiders get huge. Must be the Canaria. Isn't that? Hold on. I think. Yep, that's canary. Canaria. Boom, we did it. Look at this. We're gonna get world record. We're gonna do world record for Popeye again. I assure you. Just come on. Oh my god. See, this part is so slow. It's just like, come on. Penguin. So this is where. So sometimes Japanese can be pretty easy because they just take the English and then they just kind of like put some katakana with it. So penguin. That means penguin. Just gotta be really careful. Look, Fancy, if you're telling me that large spiders aren't scary, like, first of all, you're from Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. So, big to you may not necessarily mean big, or what's big to me may not necessarily be big to you. Saru. Okay, so we got Saru. That's easy, that's monkey. My only so I used to live in New Mexico, and I lived like right on the border. Also, my grandma used to live in Texas for a while, so like I've been to Texas a few times. But my favorite Texas story is when my friend, one of my best friends, got married, and he got married in Texas because that's where his wife is from. And that's where he lives now. And so at the hotel that we were at, that I was staying at. Hold on, no, Kame is supposed to be... What? Hold on. I have to interrupt my Texas story. I thought Kame was turtle. What? Maybe someone in the... Tortoise. Tortoise, not turtle. It's tortoise. The tortoise. Excuse me. So... Well, I guess, alright, so, you know, if you want to, if you keep on losing, I guess the hangman aspect of this is that Pete just keeps punching that balloon, and he tries to murder this baby. Like, look at that shit. He's gonna kill this baby. We're not gonna let him kill the baby, but look at that. He just keeps knocking the baby over. Like what, Nintendo? You thought that was cool? Anyway, back to my Texas story. So I was staying in this hotel, and... they had breakfast, you know, like American hotels do, and they had a waffle maker. They had a waffle iron in the shape of Texas. I ate a waffle that was shaped like Texas. Like, holy shit, that was awesome. I wish all states would have that. Pete is a fucking actual monster, man. Like, holy crap. I cannot believe that shit. Shima Uma. For some reason, that makes me think of, like, island horse. Shima being island and Uma being horse. But, Shima Uma. A zebra. I guess that makes sense. Maybe Shima means something that I don't know, but Uma is like horse, so alright. Zebras and horses are, I mean, they look pretty similar. Probably very similar species. Can zebras and horses, can they have, like, offspring? Can they fuck and then have a baby? Do they do that? Or is that just, how do you get a donkey? That's a horse and a mule, right? Horses and mules can create donkeys, but donkeys cannot have sex with other donkeys and create offspring. Is that true? Am I imagining that? Oh, Iruka. This is dolphin. See, and sometimes you gotta make sure that you're, like, right under the letter, or Pete will punch that baby. Speed it up, we gotta save this baby. It was awful man. Kinyo, oh, that'd be goldfish. There's a traditional Japanese game called Kinyo Skui, which is like, you know, I actually think this is how I got my first goldfish. I was like at this thing at elementary school back in America, and you know, they have a big, like, pool, or, well, I mean, well, not a big pool, but, like, a small little, like, kiddie pool that they fill up with water, and then they put goldfish in it, and then you got a little thing, you got a little scooper, and you scoop out the goldfish, and then you keep it, and then your parents let you keep it in an aquarium to help you teach you about death. But that's a big thing at Japanese festivals, to have the pool. And you get a little, like, it's even, but in America, you get, like, a sturdy net, and in Japan, you get, like, a shitty net that's, like, barely made out of paper, like a really thin paper. And so it can be hard sometimes. But that's called Kinyo Skui. Zebras are a separate species? What? I was not aware of this. They just look so similar. Let's go, yeah, let's go countries is kind of easy because in Japan, countries are just the katakana version of the English, so it's usually super easy. But I guess you'll learn about we'll learn about countries. Finlando. That's Finland. Boom, easy, no problem. Wait, what? Oh, did I just... Oh, you can hit select and just be like, fuck this? Let's do word catcher. Let's spice things up with word catcher, because I haven't actually figured it out. Oh no, word catcher, I have played this before, actually, now that I think about it. It's the 2-player. It's, I guess, how you can, if you want to play Popeye no Eigo Asobi with a friend, you play word catcher. So let's see. Hook. So we want to make hook. How do we do that? But we don't have to get it in order, do we? No, wait. Oh, wait, hold on. So, okay, I got the H, now I want the O's. But I can't catch anything else, otherwise my word resets. It's like K doesn't do me dick. See, hook? Oh, wait. Oh no, so I got one letter wrong, so now it's just all over. Now I have to do it again. Oh, excuse me. I think that pizza's coming back to haunt me. See, it's going so fucking slow. I've not actually completed a word in this mode, so this will be an adventure for the both of us. What's up, Anonmatronic? How you are? I'm trying to make impossible words. Come on, kid. No, get the kid. Get the kid. No. It's too fast. It's too fucking fast. Are you kidding me? Okay, wait. I did it. Oh, did I win? I win. Anonmatronic, how's George? I don't know. You'd have to ask her. I haven't talked to her in a year for reasons. Let's do one more. What are we doing? Dobutsuen. Oh, that's easy. That's zoo. That's super easy. Now, if only I could get the O's. The vowels seem to... No, but I was going to say the vowels fall slow, but then that A is like... going so fast. Zoo. Boom. Fizadine, what's wrong, Fizadine? Yeah, we know you're here. We get it. You wanna say something? What's going on? Oh my god. Kangai? Is it like idea? Thought? No. Hold on. Maybe it's idea. I guess it is idea. Yeah, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. No shit. Oh, one letter wrong, and now you just got to do the whole thing over again. And then we have Pete's lazy ass. He's just up top. Fizadine, if you want attention, see, I want attention too. But you gotta work for it. You gotta be like, but you can't be too crazy. The problem with like getting attention is that if you're trying to get attention, you're defeating yourself. People who get attention, usually, aren't the ones making the big show of it. I think. Because I think people, when someone is trying to get attention, people can smell it. I think. No, I have never played Wizardry, Fancy Kerbloops. I've never played Wizardry. But you're right in that, I mean, I wouldn't say it's huge in Japan, but it's got a cult following. I would say Wizardry is to Japan as Earthbound, or maybe like even Dungeons and Dragons. Because didn't Dungeons and Dragons steal shit from Wizardry? Or was it the other way around, where Wizardry stole shit from Dungeons and Dragons? You're right in that it is a thing. It is a thing here. Like, I don't know if it's been a thing recently, but whenever I look at like old video games, like you see I mean, not lots of copies of Wizardry, but you see a fair few. Oh no, I selected B. Oh crap, that means like it's just mystery. It's like a mystery word. So let's see, A, E. I think we selected food, right? This is where you're gonna see Pete. Pete's probably gonna murder that kid. What the fuck? Okay, now we're gonna do Wheel of Fortune. RS. Octopus? Did I select animals or did I select food? What? Why the retro game? Because I spent $5 on this game that I was only gonna play for like half an hour. So I want to feel justified in both purchasing the game and because there's not really a ton of YouTube videos of these old Japanese Famicom games out there. So if I could at least, even if it's just a little scratching of the surface, getting this footage out there, I think would be at least a little bit valuable. Also, it's just something to do. I want to experience. My goal is to play every video game ever made. And you got to do that one video game at a time. Octopus is... So fancy. You know, I understand that everyone has their own individual tastes. But for me, octopus is gross. Which is unfortunate because octopus is a Japanese delicacy. And they love Japanese... I mean, not all... I mean, no. Hashtag not all Japanese people. But it's definitely a rite of passage to come to Japan and have the octopus sashimi, which is gross and I don't like it. What would this be? RST. Oh shit, this baby's gonna die. This baby's gonna die. Okay, hold on. How are we gonna do this? What are we gonna do, folks? What's it gonna be? Chewy, yeah. Octopus is like, that's what kills me about octopus is that it has no flavor, and it takes a million years to chew it and to actually like get it down. Like maybe it would be better if you could just like. You think C? All right, let's put it in. Oh, coffee. That's what it is. Fried octopus? No. Okay, so. So, I mean, you know, if you like Japan, you know about takoyaki. You know about fried octopus. That is supposed to be really good. And when you first eat it, it is. But I'm not sure if I have an allergy to takoyaki or not. Because at work one day, I had both a bento that had scallops in it, and I had takoyaki at the same time. But then, like 2 hours later, I ended up barfing in the office bathroom. So I'm not sure if I have because I'm like 90% sure that I'm allergic to scallops, but I could also be allergic to takoyaki. So I'm just gonna use that as an excuse to eat neither because I think they're both bad. So we're doing foods. Yeah, we did all the vowels. Shit. Oh, noodles. Easy sauce. Noodles. Okay, now I'm done with food. We're done. Okay, we're gonna go. You know, let's learn some Japanese while we're doing it. So we've done animals, countries, foods, sports. How many of these could there fucking be? There's only like 10 sports, right? Like, so to clear this, you've got to get. I don't know if you even need to get all 10. I think you just need to get. Maybe 5 out of 10 or something. But, do you like no, natto is, the smell is just awful. Racket. Oh, so it's not just the name of sports, it's just stuff from sports. So, like, here we got, if you read the katakana, it's raquetto. So, boom, easy. And also, well, and the thing about a lot of the sports stuff probably is it's just gonna be the katakana. Do I like hentai? Like Samuel Jackson. Oh yeah, absolutely. Takuru. Oh, so that'd be tackle. I guess, you know, there's rugby in Japan. Wait, no, I don't want to pause. Let's go. Oh wait, there we go. Okay. There we go. What's up next? What are we doing next? I wonder if Miyamoto had anything to do with this. I know he had something to do. I think Miyamoto helped out with the original Popeye game, but I wonder if they just shuffled off the Eigo Asobi over to another development team at Nintendo. Am I hentai? Well, no. First of all, I'm no longer in high school, so I cannot be in hentai. That's why, you know, honestly, like, hentai would be fine if it just didn't, like... I have a lot of opinions about this, because, like, the thing about hentai is that hentai is pretty common to see in Japan. Like, you go to, like, 7-Eleven, you go to one of the many, convenience stores, and not only in the magazine section, not only will you have, the magazines featuring, you know, the porn magazines of real women, but you'll also have all the hentai as well. And, you know, if the hentai just featured of-age women, that would be fine. But It doesn't. There's like all the high school fetishes going down, and I'm like, I cannot tolerate that nonsense. That's, you know, I'm not saying I would be into hentai if it got rid of all the high school tropes. I'm just saying that I would look more kindly upon hentai and not think hentai is as gross as it is if they just got rid of all the high school stuff. Because it's not good. And it's definitely, when the 2020 Olympics come, I actually heard through the grapevine somewhere, like maybe on some like news site, that Japan was, for the 2020 Olympics, was going to try and get rid of all like the convenience store pornography and get rid of all like the underage hentai. It was going to try and get rid of all of it from the stores, at least in Tokyo, in that area. But I don't even know how effective that would be, because there's so many visitors to Japan now. Like, in the last 5 years that I've lived in Japan, biathlon, okay. In the last 5 years that I've lived in Japan, tourism has skyrocketed to where there's more people coming and visiting Japan now more than ever. And so they've all seen it. Like, all the foreigners know about Japan's hentai. Hold on, wait. What? Biathlon! Ah, they spelled it wrong. They couldn't get the one guy that spoke English around there? Let's see, hold on. I've been out of the chat game 90% of hentai. The guy has no face. He's a high school student. People throw themselves at him. He's a scumbag and has random weird fetish. You know, whatever. I'm so... I don't follow hentai. I'm so out of it. Like, whatever. What are we gonna do? Let's do science. Ooh, this might be actually hard, because I'm not really good at science. Actually, do Japanese people really weird? What do you mean by that, Faisal? Sanso? What the fuck? What is that? What do you mean? What do you mean by are Japanese people really weird? Oh yeah, animatronic, you're absolutely right. They're I remember one of the roads that I would go down to go to the major city near where I used to live. Oxygen. Sanso means oxygen. There was this shack. Like, it was literally like a shack. Like, someone had put up like metal walls, like, you know, metal, like aluminum siding or like roofing, like what you would put on, like what you would use for a roof. Instead, they had turned it into a little shack. I'd never actually gone inside it, but I knew people that did. And inside of it were little, like, automated vending machines that would sell, I think, porn and sex toys. So I think it's because when you live in rural Japan, and like, if you went to a shop and people saw you, people are gonna know who you are. It's not like you're in Tokyo where you're just a face amongst millions. Instead, they have these vending machines, and it's all very secretive so that you can kind of keep your privacy. Udon. Udon. What the fuck is udon? Uranium. Interesting. Udon is uranium. Unfortunately, very topical given the international scene at the moment. People sometimes ask me if I'm worried about North Korea bombing Japan. I am not. However, I've seen news reports of some Japanese municipalities holding drills for missile strikes. So there are definitely Japanese people who are afraid of it. What we got up next? We got hardware. That's hardware. Boom goes the dynamite. That's so. They also have they have the vending machines to protect privacy, but they also have so love hotels aren't just a facet of the bigger cities. There are actually lots of love hotels around small towns because if you are like say I'd say the traditional Japanese family structure is you graduate high school, and if you don't go to college, you move in with your parents. And if you're like the eldest child, you're gonna end up taking care of your parents when they get super old. So you're gonna end up living with them like for the rest of your life. So they have love hotels in rural areas for like when you want to get busy, but you also don't want your like parents in the next room, which I could see being one of the many significant hurdles and one of the many significant obstacles to people having children in this country, because so many young people live with their parents. I mean, it's gonna be that means that every time you want to have sex, that's gonna cost you $30 to $70 for the hotel room. So I mean, that's part of I'd say not on top of the economic stress of being in Japan, where wages have remained stagnant, where upward mobility has been kind of fraught for the last 20 years. Add on the fact that if you're living with your parents, that makes it even harder to have a kid. Like, that's why you have the love hotels. Do I live in Tokyo? No, I live on the opposite side of Tokyo. I live in the middle of nowhere on the island of Kyushu. By Metaru. That's the word that we're trying to solve now. By metal. Shit. Wait, uranium, is this game supposed to be for kids, or that seems fairly complex? I would... that's actually a very interesting question if this was for kids. Because you would think, I mean, games, especially back then, console games, probably would have been targeted towards kids, and especially with the educational aspect would have been meant for kids. Maybe high schoolers? Speaker. I mean, maybe they intended this to be a game where it's like a family game. So you'd be a kid and you'd like rope your parents into playing this. What's bimetal? You're asking the wrong person. I mean, bi means two. Metal means metal. So I'm guessing it's like an alloy, I guess? Would that be a better way to say it? Suisho. Suisho-u. What the fuck is that? Crystal. Holy shit, crystal. You would also be really surprised at the words that Japanese kids might have like memorized. Like Japanese kids might have like something rattling around in their brain. They wouldn't exactly know what it means, but they might be able to translate it for you from the Japanese. Especially when they get to high school. Like in high school, a Japanese high schooler is supposed to have a pretty extensive vocabulary. Now, whether or not they are actually good at speaking English is another thing. However, for the tests, they will probably have crammed in a lot of words, and then after the test, they will shake their heads like etch-a-sketches and get rid of all of it. Because, they just learned it for the test. They didn't learn it for, the sake of learning it. Because why would they? They live in Japan. They're not going to be using English a whole lot. Unless they're a nerd. They're playing English games. Bimetal. Okay, alright. Faizudin coming in with the real knowledge. Bimetal is a metal that contains two molecules. Like two different kinds of molecules? Benzene. Is this benzene? gonna do. All right, it's been half an hour. We're gonna get to 10. We're gonna clear. You know, maybe we'll do. You know, nah, it's not worth it. We're just gonna do. We're gonna finish this round. We're gonna go to 10. We're gonna reunite with olive oil. Roquetto. And then we're gonna move on to baseball. Just waiting for Prozac or something to be one of the answers. I mean, was Prozac out in the 80s? How long has Prozac been out for? That's something to think about. Oh, this will be an easy one. I hope. 4. Bakudan. Holy shit, bomb in the science category? What the fuck? Oh shit, I missed. Haha. Popeye is teaching us how to construct a nuke and take back Korea. I mean, having uranium and bomb in the same round, is that a coincidence? Holy shit. All right, man. Okay, I'm gonna get a drink of water because I've been talking a lot. But next up, and I think last for the night, we're gonna be playing baseball. We're gonna go out to the diamond and we're gonna throw a few of those. What would be a good metaphor for a baseball? Because a basketball, football is pigskin. Basketball is leather pumpkin. Oh, apple. That'd be the white. We're gonna throw a white apple, and we're gonna play some baseball. But that'll be in like 5 minutes after I get a drink and go to the bathroom. But that's it for me. I've been jcontra. See you in a few minutes. Thanks for watching, and mahalo.